Hello and welcome to another adventure with Myths and Mystics. We are an actual play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. To my right is Gerald Waldrop as Zarin, the Changeling Avenger.
Hail and well met.
Natasha Waldrop as Vanya, the Half-Drow Assassin.
Yo.
And Matt Murphy as Stone, the Human Mystic.
Hello, excited to be here. We swapped.
Yeah.
And
We did it.
I am Steve Messenger, your Dungeon Master. Thanks for coming back and tuning in for another exciting episode. Last time, friends, our heroes had they'd dispatched one Corvitz and his wife. And
Did we catch her name, by the way?
It was said
so.
very quickly. If you go back and listen,
She's dead. It's okay.
I know, but is she Mara? I mean, we didn't really talk about it, so.
I don't remember who said it. Oh, it was one of the guards said it to Stone, I think, at the front door. Her name was Clara.
Not Mara. All right.
Okay.
Good
Claire
question. All right.
Claire Bear.
Claire Bear.
Hanging,
Claire Bear
upside
hanging upside down.
Doesn't much matter what her name is now, huh?
It doesn't matter what your name is. And you had made your way over to the Drunken Wyvern for the evening to get a room.
Yes.
And you overheard, the witch from the first episode of this season talking to some guy about procuring some heirloom that she had purchased that was lost at
Shield.
sea.
Okay.
A shield of sorts that was determined to be that of Halrek, the half-demon bastard son of some god. And apparently this shield is a set-piece item for those of you Diablo players, or literally like any other RPG ever.
Wow. Yeah.
Right, any of them. That you probably don't want them falling back
It's
into
like
the hands.
legendary gear.
It's super legendary. Yeah. Yep. So at that point, Stone, you'd planted a bugged piece of gold on the adventurer.
Yes, this is an expensive tactic I have.
Yes. 1 gold each time, as
Why
it
not
turns out.
copper? What am I doing?
Right.
What are you doing with
Do
your
not
life?
have.
Here's a
silver
rock,
pieces.
jerk. Get out of here.
And
Take this rock. Why?
Don't ask.
effectively, you've all settled in for the evening.
Yes.
Get a nice long rest. Get all
I will
those.
say, I will.
Long rest time.
I mean, according to the intro, they're waking up. So I will awake my companions. Vanya, Zarin, wake up.
You're not gonna.
What?
Zarin, wake up. Wake up.
Yes.
Our target is on the move.
We ride.
We ride. All right. So, what exactly is your plan here?
We don't know. We're following.
Follow those guys
Follow them.
All right.
without them noticing.
We'll
us.
figure it out on the way.
Excellent. So the three of you get up and you make your way downstairs, and they're doing kegs and eggs, and it turns out the
Kegs and eggs.
kegs and eggs.
I want to start that.
All right. Let's not forget our breakfast. Most important meal of the day.
All right.
Let's scoff some of that down.
And meanwhile, the rest of them leave the scene.
It's
as
Saint Tier Day.
Dude.
you
did I
make
forget?
your way outside the tavern, and you see the gentleman in the blue cloak get on his steed with a few others get on their horses as well. And
Don't shoot the horses.
Calm down, Vanya.
Just wanted it to
Who
be
would
known.
shout a horse for no reason?
Are they?
as she lowers her crossbow.
Are they? Yeah, I just push it down.
Damn it, Vanya.
Are they just freely heading out of town? Where are they? Are they leaving?
They're
Is town
heading
still
south.
on lockdown?
It is a little bit of a jaunt to get through the marketplace and then get to the gate that leads south down towards past the hub, past that down to Werwall. It'll be a few minutes before you get to the gate. So you don't know just yet, friends. You don't know just yet.
Yeah.
How early is it?
It's dawn. Sun's coming up.
So it's not super busy out?
Nah, there's a few people that are up getting shops ready and whatnot. It's probably 6:37 in the morning.
We don't have any horses, do we?
No, I have a horse.
I'm forgetting at this point what our horse situation was.
You left your horses parked.
Vanya shot them in the night. What happened? Mr.
You
Ed.
got to crawl inside it like a tauntaun, right?
How far are our horses?
They're far at this point. It's if you go to get your horses,
Might as well have walked.
well, you're gonna lose the trail of these guys.
Do we see any other horses?
There's a guy selling horses on the side of the road.
Oh god. Here comes another highway robbery.
Are there any stables where people that are staying at the inn may have left their horses?
There certainly seems to be some stables at the edge of town as you make your way up that way.
I'll call my horse.
Where are you going to call him? And a prompt at the bottom of your screen pops up and says your horse is too far away.
Yeah,
For
right.
those of you playing Red Dead Redemption, I too feel your pain. No, your horses are very far. Very
No,
far.
like he has an ability. He
Now
can,
for real, I find.
Oh, yeah. You've got that thing.
Yeah.
What is that thing again?
Find steed. Literally the name of the spell.
Jeez.
And for those who may be new
Find
to
several
it,
steeds.
right?
I'll just keep casting it.
for those who might be new to it, what is it?
All right. Find steed. Summon a spirit that assumes the form of an unusually intelligent, strong, and loyal steed, creating a long-lasting bond with it. Appearing in an unoccupied space within range, the steed takes on the form that you choose, such as a war horse. We're just gonna go with war horse.
How about a 3-saddled horse?
So similar statistics. It's intelligence. If it's less than 5, it becomes 6. So near human intelligence.
All right.
It serves as a mount and in and out of combat, and it also allows me to telepathically communicate with it to a distance of 1 mile.
Excellent.
Wow.
So a black war horse, white,
Yeah.
white war horse pops up out of the dust that forms around you with the fog, shoots out the side, and war horse pops up.
Holy shit!
All right. Can I try like sleight of handing
A horse?
a horse in the stables? I don't know. I mean, to untie it and get away with it, is that not sleight of hand? It's stealing? No, I don't know.
Junior high dungeon master just sleight of hand a horse.
Oh my goodness!
It doesn't take much with this guy. It doesn't take much.
I just didn't even think about that.
All right, if you want to try to steal a horse, we can do it.
Yep.
You're not quite at the stables yet. As
Okay.
you're pushing down south, you're on the horse.
I guess I'm going to suggest that one of you ride and the other go in the pocket bar, and then notice Vanya's missing. She must be going to get her horse. You can ride with me for now, Stone. Not your soul.
All right, so Stone, you hopping up. Excellent.
This is
good.
great. Looking.
And
Hold on very tight.
as you two
Have
close.
you been working out?
Oh boy! As the two of you close in on the gentleman in the blue cloak and his gang, Vanya, you see that there is a stables close to the city gate, and it does appear as though they're opening the city gate. They are talking to people as they're leaving. It doesn't look like they're stopping anyone, but they're just kind of checking in with folks to see if there's anything suspicious. Vanya sees that there is a stables nearby and there's a few horses, and I will allow you to roll a sleight of hand to see if you procure yourself a horse. You go very wrong very quickly.
16.
All right. So there is a gray and white horse there that is tied off to the side. You look both ways, and you got yourself a horse.
Across the street.
Bam!
And as you push your way up towards the gate, there's a couple guards there, and one lifts his hand. He's like, "Whoa, hold there, hold there. Folks are leaving awfully early this morning. Can I get your names real quick for the manifest?"
Chad. Chad.
So Chad, okay. And you there, sir?
Michael.
Chad and Michael. And what was your business here in Oran? Where are you headed to?
We're passers-by.
That's odd. We had some passersby the other night at a scene. No, he doesn't.
By the name of Chad.
There are many of us passing.
Excellent.
Right on by.
And you there, what was your name, madam?
My name is Sarah.
Sarah. Excellent. All right, well, folks, be safe and fare thee well, and you ride south.
That would
Great.
literally be the dumbest guard I've ever seen. Hey, stop! What are you doing? We're leaving. Right along then.
It's early.
Safe journeys.
He was part of the kegs and eggs. gang.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, great.
You may also not have met any sort of description of
So
folks
we're
that they were
playing a
looking
game
for.
of 3 people, 2 horse.
Yep.
Don't search that on YouTube.
We've done. We did this before in a previous episode.
Yeah. It always gets weird when you all get on horses. I don't know what that deal is.
Not a Vanya thing.
It's well.
All right, so blue coat douchebag.
Yeah. So if you're going to be following him, we're going to need to get some kind of. I don't know. After a while, it's
Every time they turn around,
I'm guessing he put his coins back in his purse.
look away.
We're just casually following in the same direction.
you.
We're not even interested in that direction.
You have the I guess the wherewithal of where that coin is right during the 24 hours, so you can leave plenty of distance. He's
Yeah,
not
we
going to see
can
it.
leave safe space.
All right. So
Safe space. We're gonna stay.
Oh, jeez.
so you push your way south. You're going to push past the hub, and you're going to make your way down towards Werwall to get to your boat.
We are doing this. We're not stopping. Wait, aren't we supposed to meet that guy at noon?
It is like 7 in the morning.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We'll have this. We'll have a bow tied on this by 10.
Sure you will. All right.
I'll have this shield within the hour.
Do we want to give that message to whomever?
I don't think there's time to stop. They're going straight there and they're heading out to sea.
They don't seem to be having they're not at a heavy pace. We can probably catch up to them if we make a short stop. How far out of the way would it be to stop in Orin to deliver the letter?
It would be
At
at
the hub.
At the
The
hub.
hub.
Yeah,
rather.
it's pretty on the way. I mean, it's the
Pretty
same
on the way.
It's the
not at all out of the way at all.
It's the major, I guess, highway that goes from Orin down to Werwall. The hub's right off of it.
I think we could benefit by dropping it off.
I mean, you can still track the coin and know its relation to you if
Catch
it
up.
takes us a minute, right?
Sure.
All right.
Just make our business quick.
All right.
So quick, in fact, we can just narrate right past it.
Yeah, we stop in the hub, we talk to Proclus, tell him stuff, and we're on our way.
Patroclus isn't there yet.
Nope, he won't be there till noon.
I know.
You've got Cujo's there.
Yeah, we
Tell
talk.
Cujo
Vanya
to
is just
deliver
going to
it.
wait on our horse.
Okay,
Outside.
great. So you relay this message to Cujo that you guys are taking care of something. You'll be back as soon as you can.
And
Hey,
if
Cujo,
they-
gotta go by.
And if we're not back by noon, that Patroclus needs this, right?
Yes.
Okay, and when you say this, for those listening, that is the letter/contract that's been signed by both Corvitz and a gal named Mara, who
I've been
pronounced
saying
Mara.
her name wrong the whole time.
Mara.
Wait, I know Vanya's not there, but are we getting any information on Mara, or are we going to wait till later?
Yeah, I mean, we would ask him if he's heard this name.
Boys, hey, nice letter. Thanks for sharing this with me and all this exposition that's been tied up nicely. My name's Cujo, by the way, for anyone who's listening for the first time. I'm the guy that usually hands out the missions. This is my first time appearing in this season.
Who are you talking?
A lot of fourth wall breaking going on right now.
Great.
He says, haven't heard of Amara before, but I'll tell you what, we'll put some of our finest on and see what we can dig up.
Okay, bye.
Cool beans.
Cool.
Okay, bye.
Cool beans. So
Jump
you-
cut to the beach.
All right. So you ride south to Werwall, and you can see that their boat is just now leaving port.
Wait, should we roll for random encounter? I'm kidding.
Oh,
Glass breaks. Psh. You gotta
And
fight it out
our
there.
boat is...
And you see that the Clara Fanta, your boat that you've stolen some time ago from the Goliath folks.
I mean, is it still considered stolen anymore?
It's when is something no longer considered stolen?
I
and
think our
just-
5-star rating went away. and
It's
it's now
mine.
just
It's
ours.
mine now.
just your-
So
I think it's yours until you have to go get like the new tags for your license plate, and then they quickly realize this ain't yours.
this was not legitimately acquired.
So you
Okay, we have the Clairefontaine.
tie up.
Is Harvey at this port anywhere?
You see that Harvey is fishing off the side of it.
I mean,
Harvey!
Or hello.
By the way, for those of you who are just now tuning
We
in
can do
to,
this every NPC.
Harvey
Well,
hasn't been
we
introduced.
met
other
so
than,
many new people, they might be tuning in right now.
Yeah. So Harvey is the Kenku, also the bird folk, bird people that don't speak with normal words. They speak with sounds and noises that they've heard.
Except when you hear in their minds.
And he starts waving to y'all as you're walking down the dock there.
Harvey, we are in need of your assistance immediately.
He nods and he starts reeling in his
Line on his
line.
rod.
It turns out that the area that he was casting on was completely frozen, so the bait's just like skipping around the.
Don't worry about that. We need to go.
It's not how you
He-
do this.
He nods and he puts his finger up and he goes
We
right
need you
over.
to pilot the boat.
And he starts untying everything, and you are now off to sea
I'm on a boat.
on a boat.
Stone's eyes are like
Man.
glazed white, and I'm just left 5 degrees, right 2 degrees.
So in a short matter of time, you are. You can see off in the distance. You can see
coming up like the black pearl on this thing.
Yeah,
Ooh, fog and everything.
yeah. I haven't really watched those movies.
Okay,
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break and watch those movies.
We'll be right
but
back.
real quick, you know those insect things that there is one free in the water.
There was 2, I think.
Oh, okay, I thought there might be 2, but
Every
really
time she
hoping-
sees water,
Yeah, she's scarred. They are out there.
Can these things like?
There's way more than 2 now.
They've been breeding all
They've
this
just
time.
been nonstop.
Oh,
They've been,
there's-
they've been
getting
eating the sharks.
They've been getting ugly on.
Can they chew through the boat? That's what my
Yes,
question is.
absolutely.
It's. I think every time you have an idea of something terrible that could happen, you should share that with the DM just
Yeah,
in case.
absolutely.
Decide
Great
to-
idea.
Their favorite food right next to flesh is boats.
right next to Vanya
Is boats.
is the Clarifanta.
It's not necessarily people in general. It's like parts of people, like your toes, and they prefer to eat them when you're sleeping. All right.
Lovely.
and your foot's hanging off the bed.
So you are following the bearing towards a this shipping route, and why don't we go ahead and roll a perception check, friends? Roll a perception check.
Our body.
Vanya is seriously though looking out in the water for these things because she's afraid of them.
Well, your perception check would probably help you with that.
It would. I'm just.
What was that?
What was it?
Trace.
How many?
18.
18.
24 total.
24.
Was it 19 with a +5?
8.
And Vanya's terrified.
Will
Yes.
not look outside the boat.
She's spending more time like getting her crossbow ready, and
I'm trying to find a torch that has that musky stuff on it.
you don't have those anymore. They're gone.
Regardless, she's trying to find one. She's below decks, not perceiving anything.
Yes. So, from what you can see, there, as you're traveling closer and closer to where you believe this bearing is taking you, you're seeing more and more driftwood, and you're seeing pieces of old boats, and it looks pretty grim. And you've at this point the fog has picked up quite a bit, and you no longer see the boat that you were following.
Stone, do you see all this wood?
Yes.
Slow pitch
Put
over
your
on
pants
plate.
on. Had to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, they are still ahead of us. I can sense the coin.
Yes. So the
I never lose my gold.
the
At
fog,
this point, I'm just trying to get my gold back.
the fog is picking up quite a bit, and it's at the point now where the ship's moving at a decent clip, but all you really hear, you don't even really hear too much of the water hitting the sides. You just hear the creaking of the boat as it's leaning back and forth as it passes through the waves. And more of this driftwood is starting to hit the bow of the boat, and it's just kind of clunks off the side. And
Are we getting any closer?
I'm so sick of all this fucking wood.
Stone, as you close your eyes and you're really trying to focus on where this gold is, it's starting to get fuzzy. Like every time that you really try to focus, it's almost like you're losing it altogether.
It's all fogged up.
Impossible. See, according to my spell, 24 hours.
It says specifically right
perfectly
here.
clear channel. Okay, this is unnerving. It's never happened before. I feel like I'm losing a sense of where my coin is. Harvey, pick up the pace.
That is most unfortunate, since that was the entirety of our plan. Wait, this driftwood. Does it look like? Does
Yeah.
it look like from
Fresh?
a crashed ship, perhaps?
It as you're with your perception roll, the wood has definitely been splintered quite a bit. It doesn't.
Now, yeah, wood that's fresh would still, I think, have dry spots and be kind of starting to soak.
Good question.
Is this wood very soaked? Does it seem like it's been out here a long time or only seconds?
You're seeing kind of a mix of things. You're seeing some that looks like it's been,
Let's slow the boat.
and you see some that looks a little bit fresher.
Destroyed it.
And as you're chugging along here, you do see a pair of legs with no upper torso
Okay, probably nothing.
Just
floating?
in the water?
in the water.
Vanya?
Duck?
It's not a duck. It's a pair of legs.
No, I mean, I'm ducking.
Why are you
Harvey
ducking?
goes, ducks.
I don't know. That was like the Ghost Ship movie just popped in my head where all those people get sliced in half.
Oh, yes.
Such a dumb movie.
That movie still bothers me.
I only ever saw the first scene.
It's based on a true story.
No.
All right. Yes. Harvey, please slow the boat. Something may be up ahead. It seems there's a shipwreck here. Maybe
Zarin
more
is-
than one.
Kicking the anchor off the side.
Are you?
Yeah. I don't want to crash our ship.
If you're dropping your anchor, you're stopping.
Yeah, how heavy's the anchor?
Well, it's heavy enough to stop a ship.
Yeah, but how heavy?
I mean,
Like Mystic Hand.
yes.
it's way heavier than that. 18.5 pounds.
Wait, I thought
Doesn't
he
even
could do
begin to
more now.
describe the anchor.
I thought you could use.
Well, yeah,
do
so
more now.
I think that's why he's asking.
Ship anchors are going to be 100 pounds or more easily.
Can't he use John's hand too?
I throw John's hand at the anchor.
John's hand is falling apart.
Oh, yeah. Put it back in my pocket.
All right.
Not now, John.
So suddenly, as you
Sorry, no. We need to find out what's ahead.
I'll like grab the chain as it's falling. Pull it back up.
I'll help
Now they have,
pull it
like-
back up.
the crank,
That's a crank, yeah. So
Yeah.
this is, one man can do an anchor.
yeah,
I guess just drop
Harvey,
sails
be
then.
very careful.
he nods, kind of salutes a little bit. Yeah, I wish I had better Kenku noises. It's all just going to sound like Blue from Blue's Clues.
I love that noise for Harvey. Yeah.
And
So at this point, we have to go through this fog to see what it is. We can't just hang out in the fog. So we're going to continue on.
yeah, narrative exposition, everybody. And
Darren's
as
just gonna like hold the anchor out to the side, ready to stop.
The water. Is it moving? Do we hear it?
now you're moving along just fine. And as you're moving along, you start to see there are now rocks kind of jutting up a little bit.
Well, I mean, when I'm
And-
like, you can hear water going up against
Yeah,
rocks.
you hear water. You hear
Okay.
some splashies. And you see that there is now a conglomeration of ships that have been wrecked. And some of them look like they've wrecked up along some of these rocks, but this is now all this driftwood and all these broken pieces of ships. There are all these hulls that are kind of slammed into each other, leading up to this big rock formation. And there is no sign of your dear friend in the blue cloak.
Well,
Is it still
they
really-
went through I've lost him. They went through this way. We must continue ahead.
Is it still thick fog?
It's pretty thick. But as you are pulling up through this mess, and there's now lots of this sort of wood banging against the side of the hull of the ship, you see Vanya doesn't because she's still,
Staring at the
petrified.
water.
But gentlemen, you see just in front of you, two halves of the same ship pop up out of the water as it was submerged, and now it just flies up and
Something pulled the boat under.
as
I mean, that's the impression I get.
Yep.
Something pulled this boat under.
and ripped it in half.
Yeah. Harvey, pick up
Can
the
you-
pace.
Can you make this boat fly?
Mystic Hand.
And at that point, Stone, you look over and you see painted on the hull of one of the pieces of ships that's wrecked there, you see the name Stormwall 3 painted. And this is where, friends, we are going to cut to a break.
Hey, it's Natasha here. We want to give another thank you for all of the support we saw last weekend at Wizard World Con in Cleveland. And for those of you who stopped by our table and got some free merch, we want to see it. We want to see you guys enjoying it and wearing it, whether it's a t-shirt, a mug, a shot glass. Share it with us on your social media. You can hashtag or tag us at Miss and Mystics. That's going to be Miss A-N-D Mystics. So we can see it, comment on it, give it a thumbs up. And of course, check out our website if you haven't yet. We do have our Instagram on there, so you can check out what's new, current events, and a lot of art, backstories. It's a great place to see everything Miss and Mystics. We are going to go back into playing, and we're excited to see what's going to happen next.
Welcome back from the break. Hopefully you had yourself a good time. A really good time.
I sure did.
A really good time.
Not that good.
Well, a pretty good time.
An okay time, at least. Not a bad time.
It's somewhere in between acceptable time.
Oh my goodness, we had a time.
There it was. And speaking of time, it is time for you guys to face your fate.
Or fears, maybe.
All of the above.
End of campaign. You all die. It's been nice. It's been fun.
It's been real fun.
So I tap Zarin and just point to the name of that boat. Is that the name you saw?
That is.
Oh no, Harvey. Which you said that's half the boat that came up, or a shard?
Both.
So
Is that the boat that came just
no,
up?
you saw over where everything was shipwrecked. That's where you saw on the Stormwall 3.
Oh.
And off to the other side is where you saw a much newer, fresher,
The boat we were following.
more alive boat that is not so alive.
A blue cloak floating
Freshly
down.
dead boat.
Freshly dead.
Harvey, steer over into that wreckage quickly
He starts spinning the wheel.
and carefully.
I'm sorry, which wreckage? The old or the new?
The old.
Yeah.
All right,
And-
I'm going to use my mystic hand and start pushing anything in our way, just gently.
Okay.
It's not a rock, obviously, but
Right.
like pieces of boat that,
Yep.
and I'm trying to see any sign of this shield. Obviously,
Okay.
I don't
So
think it's just gonna be floating there. But hey,
you, so what you're coming up on now, as you're getting closer to where all this wreckage has amassed, there's a bit of a rock formation here, and there's some little weeds and whatnot that's growing on there, but otherwise it is just pale gray, ice cold rock at this point. And Harvey pulls up alongside of
land?
it. It's rock coming up out of the water, and there are tons of boats just again slammed into it, kind of like when you're eating cereal and all the cereal sticks to one side. It's kind of like that.
oh, this makes me feel much better.
Yes, I have a way of taking a scary situation, making it suddenly fairly innocent.
No. You know what
Captain
Vanya's
Crunch.
thinking?
There's bugs in the water.
That these rocks aren't rocks. They're like husks of these insects growing bigger and bigger and
It's
leaving
not the freaking
behind.
insects. It's like the kraken.
It's probably insects. So Harvey kind of he motions to you, and he just kind of shrugs. He can't go any further.
We need to investigate this, but we need to do it quickly and carefully.
Zarin will drop the anchor.
He's been waiting all this time to do that.
His arm is like burning.
So
Why did you drop it? No.
you're pulled up alongside the rock, and there is a rope ladder you can roll down.
Yeah.
Climb
Is
it down.
I want to.
Vanya aware of what's going on now?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yep.
Like, okay, I'm going to ready my crossbow and stay on the ship. I'll watch your back. There.
It's funny how
Vanya.
anytime there's a scary situation, Vanya is very quick to watch your back.
Yeah.
Kind of like the barn.
Someone's got to do it. Vanya.
You're gonna need to take point on this one.
With your keen eyes. No.
She does have dark vision.
Not fog vision.
Your fog and vision. Vanya. Something, it seems, attacked the boats we saw. You may stay on the boat, but
Don't tell Harvey.
keep yourself ready to jump off this boat onto land at any moment.
I will not let you go out of sight. If you go far, I will
Very
trail
foggy.
behind.
Okay. I'm just picturing like something comes up from under and eats
Right,
the boat.
I don't wanna lose
So,
them.
I'm trying to tell you, stay somewhere you can jump to land.
All right.
Okay.
So
Choose whether you want to tell Harvey that. I suggest you do.
He seems like he might be able to fly away to safety.
Can they fly?
you look over. No, they can't. Kenku. That's part of their whole backstory. They're cursed. Anyways,
He can glide
you look,
gracefully.
you look over and Harvey is drinking right now heavily.
We're
So-
in good hands.
Zarin and Stone, you descend the ladder, and Zarin, you have greatsword drawn, sword and shield.
Sword and shield, and
I'll go ranged. to
I'm actually
continue
going
it, so I'll
to
take my
say a
crossbow.
little prayer.
Okay.
So I have a spell called Locate Object.
That sounds incredibly handy.
It sure is.
Yeah.
So describe or name an object familiar to you since the direction to the object's location. If it's within 1,000 feet, if the object's in motion, you know the direction. A spell can locate a specific object known to you if you've seen it up close. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of shield or jewelry or.
Boom!
This is
You didn't see that coming, did you,
This is like
DM?
the handiest spell.
Yes! Yes! I'm glad you just
So I
punched
will
that in on your
Hold the
thing.
sword up, Father.
This is
Raja.
a sword of omens. Give me sight beyond sight.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Thunder.
Thunder.
Thunder. Shit, I went too high.
All right. So as you say your prayer and you look up from your sword, you're getting a very strong sense that towards sort of the center of this mess of boats that are wrecked together, towards that rock formation, there's one ship in particular that there's still a fair amount of the hull there, and it seems as though that's where it's coming from.
How far do you think it is?
I imagine the Indigo Montoya as he does the prayer and then
Yeah,
presses the sword up against the
thought
boat
that
and it
too.
bends.
I thought that too. Against the tree.
Spell has never worked before.
It's a good 150 feet through the wreckage to get over there.
Check this out.
Oh boy.
That way.
I'm gonna take out. We take out a gold coin. I'm gonna put it in my mystic hand.
So you can see out there through the
I'm
fog.
gonna focus on this coin for a moment,
Okay.
and then because I've lost the other one,
Yeah, that's fine.
put it in the mystic hand,
Okay.
and my range is 60 feet on that,
Yep.
and I'm going to push the mystic hand out 60 feet in front of us
Okay.
as we walk towards this.
Kind
I
of
wanna
scouting out.
I want to scout out there, and if we get close enough, just pick it up, and bring it to us.
Okay. Ha! So
Beat ya.
no, I like it. I like it. So the two of you get down there, and Vanya, you're watching as they're climbing over some of this driftwood, and you're stepping on rocks, and you're finding that several areas here, the water's maybe only a foot deep as you're stepping between some of the wood that's washed up and whatnot, and you're moving the hand ahead, and you're seeing that
It's crawling like thing in the Adams family.
How is it holding?
it can float, right?
I toyed the coin to it.
Okay.
Toyed it.
Toyed it.
Toyed it.
Toyed real good, eh?
toyedly.
All right.
it's
So
flying.
you're sending the hand ahead, and you're seeing. Actually, as you send it out, you get to see yourself, which is really weird for you. You're like, man,
It's like a selfie.
Out of body experience.
what am I doing with myself? You know, you see your own reflection in like your computer screen.
You've
and you're
really
like,
let yourself go.
wow.
It's gone
I don't
already.
know. I've never felt this way.
And right now you're seeing some broken up ships and whatnot. You're crawling through some of these, and it is just eerily quiet. And the only thing that you're hearing at this point is, again, the wood softly bumping up against each other as the waves pass through these rocks. Vanya, why don't you roll a perception check for me?
It's coming.
Ba-nun.
13.
13 total.
Da-da-da-da.
Okay, so you have your crossbow drawn and you're looking about, and that fresh wreckage that was off to the side. You see there is a gentleman there and climbing up on the sort of the railing at the bow of the ship, and he looks completely just haggard, just ripped, having a terrible time, and he's coughing and choking. Help! Help! And as you see this, you see the boat kind of tug like a bobber on a line.
Don't help him.
Do you want to do anything?
I mean, to get to him, I'd have to go in water, right?
Yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I don't have magic. Sorry, dude.
If only you had
I mean-
a rope.
It'd have to be a really long one. This is probably a good 150 feet away from you.
I mean,
Well, if
I don't
only you
know.
had 350 feet length of rope.
So you're watching as our dear friends are crawling through this ship. Why don't you guys roll me a, what would this be? Let's just do a general dexterity check. You're doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Some of it's athletic, some of it's acrobatic, some of it's just how
11 on the die.
17.
nice.
My modifier, 17.
And dexterity for me is a +3. That's what we're going with, right?
Yep.
So that's a 14 for Stone.
All right. So you are you're crawling up and you get over the top of the ship here and you descend down the other side. No problem. You find your footing, and Zarin, it seems as though you see exactly there. It can't be anywhere else. It has to be this last hull of this ship, and the whole half of this boat's been ripped off. So there's a fairly wide opening going into it, and Stone, you're moving your hand that way, so you go ahead and send the hand over there with the coin, and it looks as though there is in there a almost like a jail cell with a lock on there, and on the other side there's a fairly large chest, and there's some random trinkets and doodads in there, knickknacks, barrels, likes thereof.
Is the chest unlocked?
From what you can tell, everything looks pretty locked.
Pretty locks.
Looks pretty locked.
Pretty locks are always tough to get into.
Only we had a locksmith.
How heavy is the chest?
It's behind a locked door.
How heavy is the door?
18.5 pounds plus
Freaking
X. X equals what?
infinity.
So
equals
Vanya had
infinity.
said if she can't see them anymore, she would follow.
Okay. So you're going to
So-
get down and follow?
Yeah, at the point where they're at the edge of my vision, or if they're climbing over, I don't know if I'd see that, and then
Yeah.
I'd.
She doesn't know that guy. Fuck that guy.
Okay.
She waves goodbye and leaves.
I can't help him.
Okay.
I'm not making Harvey leave and go save him when you guys are out
So
there.
Vanya descends the ladder and you start to step onto.
Help me, please. Just walks away.
You are now stepping over some of the driftwood that's kind of washed up there and working your way through. Gentlemen, what do you want to do?
I'm going to try to approach the area where the hand is at.
Okay. So you go over there and pull yourself up to get into the boat, and it's at a sharp angle down towards where that caged off area is.
Okay.
And some of it's even submerged a little bit underwater on the bottom end of it. And you make your way up, and this door, it's pretty well locked. This isn't something that this is like a jail cell. This is meant to hold things. What do you want to do?
Okay. It's iron bars
Iron bars.
are going into wood,
Yes.
where the iron meets the wood.
Yes.
Is there there's no busted holes? I can just go outside the boat and come back in.
No.
All right.
Darren will try to pull open the bars.
Yeah. Zarin opens the door by pulling on the handle.
All right.
Because it
Go
was
Conan
on.
the bars open.
So Zarin is wrestling with the bars. You want to roll me like an athletics?
Gladly. This die that you got. It's just always bad.
You rolled
Wasted
three
your
20s
20s,
in
man.
a row.
Yeah, not on
And then
that
I rolled this die.
Yep, that's right.
Throw that one immediately in the trash.
What'd you get there, buddy?
So 2 plus 7, 9. 9!
All right, so as you are pulling at these bars and shaking it, you notice that some of the bolts that were bolting it to the wood deck are giving way a little bit, but not quite enough to bust it loose.
All right. Stone is going to energy beam fire. I think fire is probably the wisest choice here. Acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder. Thunder.
I don't know, it just feels like
Fire.
it'd be hard to get anything out of this burning ship once everything is on fire. I don't know. Can you do like kind of acid?
And trip some acid.
Acid's probably a good one. Because acid eats through iron.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
If the DM's heard it. That's true.
All right.
I'm going to use the acid on the lock then. I'll try that.
So Stone,
So energy beam.
you lift up your hand, kind of shift your crossbow over so you can use your hand, and a beam of energy comes out, and acid starts to coat the locking mechanism there. And you can see that it's working fairly well. It's just eating through it. It's taking a little bit of time, though. We're going to cut over to Vanya. You're coming up on that boat that they had to kind of climb over to get down. Could you roll a dexterity check for me, please? And if you fail this,
I shouldn't. I have the highest.
you have like a
dex in
plus
the-
12.
It'll be embarrassing. That's what we
I rolled an 18.
Nice. Okay. So you definitely get up over the top of this boat. You have the choice where you can either drop down to go catch up with them, or you can stay up here and have your vantage point. What do you want to do?
I can see them.
Yep. Well, you can see the boat that they're going into. You can kind of see where Zaren's standing. You can't see all the way in, though.
Then I'll have to go over to them because I don't know what's going on.
Okay. So you slide on down, and you work your way over and climb up, and you're now standing there watching as Stone is just dousing this thing with acid energy. And tripping acid. And sure enough, the lock melts away, and Zaren, you pull on that door, and it pops open.
That is one way to do it.
Don't step in the goop. It's hurty.
Hurty real bad.
All right. Zarin. Thank you. Let's get this over to Vanya real quick. She might be able to open it. Wait. Let's try to open it.
It opens no problem.
Awesome.
No, it's locked.
Okay. Great. Hey, the last time we didn't try a door, you just opened it.
Right.
So, Vanya, you want to try picking this lock?
Yeah. I want to take it and get it off of this. This boat is at a weird angle. I feel uncomfortable being on it. Let's take the chest, get it off the ship onto the rock, and then we can see what's out there and keep our eyes peeled and not be stuck in this boat.
I just hoist the chest up.
Okay. So,
Wait, did you feel like this is where it was in the chest?
yes.
Okay.
Yep,
Pretty
absolutely.
confident. Okay.
This is it.
Yep. As you look around, there's a couple bottles of rum. There's a couple bottles. Vanya definitely notices the rum. And there is a smaller chest as well that seems to have some gold in it.
I'm not interested in the smaller chest. Just
Some guys aren't. And
I mean, that's a good point. We should take anything we can carry out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vanya, you see that this chest is open because you picked it quite handily, and there is a bag of gold in there. We'll figure out how much gold's in there at a later date as you are getting this large chest out of the boat. So, Zarin, you set this thing down on some rock, and Vanya, if you want to do a sleight of hand for me, please.
Ooh.
That was a 5 on the die?
13.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're working on this thing for a while, and the tumblers in there are pretty rusted. This thing's been sitting out in the seawater for quite a bit. Can I get everyone to roll perception, please?
No. Like,
My die rolls have taken a turn for the worse.
all right, so on the dice, there's 4 for Zarin, 7 for Stone, 13 for Vanya. After bonuses,
It's going to be 9 for me.
my 7 is a 13.
Okay.
Sorry, 12. 12.
So Stone and Zarin, you're pretty well focused on the immediate area and the immediate threats, as well as paying attention to Vanya picking the lock. And Vanya, off in the distance, you hear what sounds like that boat.
I do love to watch her work.
You do hear what sounds like that boat being submerged again. Just a steady, like that bubbling sort of.
Someone help.
Yep.
Gurgling.
But as you hear this, the lock pops open in front of you. Chest is unlocked.
Okay, great. We probably leave it.
And you put your hand on the top of the lid and you push it open.
Be careful.
And as it opens, there is a dark gray with sort of a blackish, sort of tarnish to it shield laying inside. And there is a worn gold emblem on there. And Zarin, as soon as you see it, you know this is the sign of Halrek.
An evil artifact, then.
Indeed.
Be careful about handling it.
No, I'm not touching it.
Stone goes, gimme.
What else is in the chest?
There is nothing else in there. It's sitting in like a bed of straw kind of deal.
Stone takes out John's hand and puts it on the shield and just looks for a second. Does anything happen to John's hand?
No, but your two friends are looking at you.
That's
makes
not
sure-
the way any of this works.
You should probably get rid of that old thing.
I put John's hand back in my pocket.
Another finger falls off.
Oh,
It gets cut on the edge of your pocket.
Pick it up.
sticks to the shield.
Vanya,
It's
were you
very cold
collecting
and frosty
fingers?
here.
Weren't you collecting fingers? Here's one for you.
No.
All right, I'm gonna
All right.
I'm gonna attempt to pick up the shield.
All right.
With
My hands.
the
So
one time you don't use your mystic hand. That's when I said, be careful. This is an evil
I already
artifact.
tested it with John's hand. John's hand was fine.
so Stone, you
Stop.
reach-
I'm going to try to grab his hand before he...
Okay.
Evil artifacts have a way of either killing or corrupting the mind.
My mind is very strong. But I digress. I will summon my mystic hand back and lift the shield with it and keep focused on carrying this shield with my mystic hand to try to retrieve it back to safety.
Do we have any cloak or anything we can wrap this thing in?
A pocket
Why? How about a chest?
Wait, you know what? Let's keep it in the chest. Let's just carry the chest. I carried it this far. I'll keep it
No,
back
no,
on my
I've got it
shoulder.
with my mystic. I'm going to keep it with my mystic hand. I'm going to keep it right there.
This is a
And if
nice
something comes, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the shield with my mystic hand to protect us. I don't know what it'll
Nice.
do.
All right.
But I don't have to touch it, and we still get to use it.
Nice.
We'll see.
All right.
Must have special
I
abilities.
honestly don't want to let it out of our sight.
Well, fair enough.
So if we can keep it,
Okay.
Nice.
So you're keeping it with your Mystic hand.
in
Final
front
answer.
of me, 3 feet,
Final answer.
like a shield.
And we don't want to bring
is
the
my final
chest
answer.
with us. Maybe,
You
you,
can bring
know,
the chest
to
too.
put it back in when we get to the ship. Maybe.
Let's put the small chest inside the large chest.
You have like a Russian nesting dolls of a chest. All right, so Vanya, you have the gold out of the small chest, leaving the large chest behind, carrying the Halrex shield.
I
with the Mystic
do
hand.
think I will go ahead and carry the large chest in case we need to put it back.
And rum.
And the rum.
We'll
You
put the
got
rum in the chest.
How could I forget? So you're making your way back, and you're gonna have to climb up again over this ship.
I am going to let them know that that dude did need help while we're walking.
Oh,
What, dude?
by
I don't
the
see a dude
way.
at all.
By the way,
Goodness gracious.
someone needed help
By the
back there.
gods.
All right.
Okay, sorry, go on.
I'm gonna
I think it's
need.
time to go.
I'm gonna need a.
Not
we're just gonna-
initiative.
No.
Don't do it.
We have to try and get over this ship with a chest and rum and
Yeah.
gold and a shield.
Zarin, you are not gonna be able to climb up this boat holding this chest. It's just feasibly not gonna happen. So
I will throw the chest.
Okay. So go ahead and
You
roll
go
me
first.
Don't catch this.
I'm already carrying lots of things. Oh,
roll me an athletics to see if you can throw it up there.
roll him a throw. Oh, what?
This thing,
20s out the wazoo.
Yeah.
you throw it and it hits right at the perfect crest of the ship where it tilts over and slides down gracefully down to the other side without making a noise.
Just nod to them.
Bam!
Look at that. Perfect nat
break.
20 on
We
that.
ride.
No
Nat
scratches. It's great.
All right. For you know what? Let's go ahead and roll dexterity check to see how we do with climbing up now.
I think he's dexterous enough for
Everybody.
all of us after that.
Oh,
All
I'm
roll.
as I throw it, I'm just gonna like lean, like,
Hold
stand
on to it.
So
You're like
hard
Thor's
to-
hammer. You can throw it and hold on to it at the
Yes,
same
indeed.
time. Okay.
Roll your dex check.
Fine. What'd you get there?
11.
6.
Mine is dexterity, just blanket.
Yep.
It's 14 plus 3.
But am I climbing a rope?
17.
Yeah, you're kind of just climbing up the side of this thing. So Stone and Vanya, you get up there no problem. Zaren's having some issues, but you guys lend a hand and pull him up the rest of the way. Just give him a little bit more leverage there.
Yeah.
And you slide down the other side. And you are carefully stepping through the driftwood. Zaren, you pick up the chest again. And
I'm just
My
I'm just
crossbow's
waiting for
ready.
it. I'm waiting for something because I doubt we just came here. It was this spooky. We got our thing and we go home. I'm waiting for the thing.
I'm readying my
There's a
crossbow
thing.
as we're walking.
All right. Anyways, sorry. Yes, we.
Here it
His face, Did you
comes.
see those eyes? Did you see it? Anybody?
you guys
Wait.
can finish walking through the driftwood.
Do we see our boat?
You see your boat. And there's Harvey up there.
Harvey!
He's trying to fish again. Put that away!
Get ready
What
to
are you
go.
doing?
And,
Pull anchor.
He's like, you can tell that he's pretty pissed that the anchor was even dropped to begin with because now he has to crank this thing back up, and it's clacking away. Click, 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 click.
No, dude.
Faster.
Do it the
And the
Easy
three
way.
of you start to make your way up the ladder.
Start and finish.
And Vanya is reminded of the bugs, and she climbs a little bit faster.
Yeah.
She pictures her toes being eaten.
Hey, the good news is we did see a floating lower half of a person, and the toes were on it. Probably okay.
Definitely wasn't a bug.
They wouldn't have eaten. They would have eaten the toes.
And
Thanks.
you are now standing on the deck of the Clarifonta. Zarin, you set down the chest.
Harvey, GTFO.
And he turns the wheel for the ship,
we're getting the flock out.
and you start to
The flock out to safety.
get the flock out of there. And Stone, you have the shield.
Yes.
What do you want to do with this thing? You just gonna hold it indefinitely?
It's just in front of me where I can see it.
Okay, so you have successfully reclaimed the shield of Halrek. What is your plan as far as bringing this thing back to?
GTFO.
Well, I mean, okay. Before we leave, I want to look behind me and see what happened to that boat.
Oh, right. She said there was a guy that needed help. Where's that guy? Have you seen him?
No, there was no
Roll
man.
roll a perception for me, Vanya. Just Vanya on this one. She was the one who was looking out.
17 on the die.
Both halves of the boat are there, but you don't see that gentleman anymore.
Where was the gentleman?
On the boat.
I don't see a man on the
Like-
boat at all.
On the rails there.
Are you sure you saw what you say?
Yes.
It seemed odd that he just stopped asking for help unless. Foreboding.
Unless
I assume
The
this means he
worst.
made it to safety.
Unless he's okay. Let's
I was
move
gonna
on.
say, Somebody must have helped him.
He clearly doesn't need help anymore.
All right.
all right. So what is your plan from here? You have the shield that this gal wants. What are you going to do with this shield? Play it out in character.
we have it.
You have it.
Now it's ours.
Great
I'm
job.
probably going to use it for epic battles in the future.
No, we do not want to wield and an artifact of evil.
We should
I
give it
do,
to
though.
Olmsted. Let's trade.
No, it is
very
tempting, but
much do.
it is a dark path
Like
you do not want to head
Frodo
down.
with the ring right now.
It's calling.
It's calling.
Yeah.
Give me that smack.
Maybe we bring it to the hub.
I don't think I trust the hub with this.
Let's just bury
Then
it.
we put it in the east wing where we reside.
Over the mantle of the fireplace.
It'd probably
Some
be
swords.
helpful if we figured out how she knew where it was supposed to be.
A giant toothy maul rips out of the water and splashes down behind you as several large tentacles start to reach out towards the boat. That, friends, is where we're going to end this week's episode of Myths and Mystics. Thanks for tuning in.
Vanya's screaming, guys.